Captain Lee Do-hyun stood on the bridge of the Indomitable Spirit, staring at the message that had just arrived from Fleet Command. The holographic display showed Admiral Park Min-hyuk's stern face, but Do-hyun could see worry in the older man's eyes. "Captain Lee, you have new orders," the Admiral said. "The Hegemony Council has requested that humanity send our most advanced vessel to escort their diplomatic convoy. They want to test us." Do-hyun frowned. The Hegemony Council was a group of alien species that controlled a large part of the galaxy. They had not been happy when humanity joined the Galactic Federation 6 months ago. Many aliens thought humans were too young and weak to deserve a place among the stars. "What kind of test, sir?" Do-hyun asked. "They want to see if we can protect their ships during a journey through dangerous space. If we fail, they will use it as proof that humans should not be full members of the Federation." Admiral Park's voice was hard. "They expect us to send a science ship or maybe a small cruiser, something peaceful like other Federation members use." Do-hyun looked around his bridge. The Indomitable Spirit was definitely not a science ship. At 15 kilometers long, it was a Titan-class warship built for one purpose: war. Its hull was covered with railguns, plasma cannons, and missile tubes. Inside its belly were enough antimatter torpedoes to destroy entire fleets. "Sir, are you sure they want the Indomitable Spirit? We might scare them." Admiral Park smiled for the first time. "That's exactly why I'm sending you, Captain. These aliens think they can push us around because we're new. They need to learn that humans are not weak." The message ended, and Do-hyun turned to his crew. Commander Choi Kyung-min, his tactical officer, was grinning. The man had spent years fighting pirates and rebels before joining the fleet. He loved a good challenge. "Well, this should be interesting," Kyung-min said. "How long has it been since aliens saw a real warship?" Dr. Kim Ji-won, the ship's chief scientist and cultural expert, looked worried. She had spent her whole career studying alien societies. "Captain, we need to be careful. Most species in the galaxy gave up large-scale war centuries ago. They might think we're monsters if they see what this ship can do." Do-hyun nodded. Dr. Kim was right to worry. Humans were different from other species. While aliens had learned to live in peace, humans had spent thousands of years fighting each other. That experience had taught them how to build ships like the Indomitable Spirit. "Doctor, what do you know about the Hegemony Council?" he asked. Kim pulled up her files on the main screen. Pictures of different alien species appeared. "The Velkari lead the council. They're proud and think they're better than everyone else. They have been the strongest military power in this part of the galaxy for over 1,000 years. What about their ships? Small and fast. Most of their warships are only 800 meters long. They use energy weapons to attack planets from orbit. They've never had to fight a real space battle against an equal enemy." Kyung-min laughed. 800 meters? That's smaller than our shuttle bays." Dr. Kim's expression grew more serious. "That's what worries me. They don't understand what a ship like ours can do. If we show too much power, it might start a war instead of preventing one." Do-hyun considered this. The Indomitable Spirit was one of over 500 Titan-class warships in the human fleet. Each one could fight an entire alien armada and win. But the galaxy didn't know that yet. As far as most aliens knew, humans only had a few dozen ships. "We'll be careful," Do-hyun decided. "We're going on a diplomatic mission, not a military one. We'll only use our weapons if we have no choice." The next few hours were busy. The crew prepared the ship for departure, while Do-hyun studied the mission files. The diplomatic convoy would travel through the Nexus sector, a dangerous area where pirates often attacked merchant ships. The Hegemony Council claimed they needed protection, but Do-hyun suspected this was just an excuse to test human capabilities. Chief Engineer Yoon Jae-min reported that all systems were ready. The Indomitable Spirit's massive fusion reactors could power a small city. Its shields were strong enough to fly through a star. Its weapons could crack a moon in half. "Captain," Dr. Kim said quietly, I've been reading about Velkari culture. They respect strength, but they also fear it. If we seem too powerful, they might unite other species against us. And if we seem too weak, they'll try to make us their servants, Kyungmin added. I say we show them exactly what humans can do. Do-hyun understood both points of view. Humanity's entry into galactic politics was like walking on thin ice. Too much force would make enemies, too little would invite attacks. We'll find a middle path, he said. We'll protect the convoy and complete the mission, but we won't hide what we are. As the indomitable spirit prepared to leave Earth's solar system, news of the mission spread through the human colonies. Some people were excited that humanity would finally show its strength. Others worried that the aliens would see humans as a threat. On the bridge, the crew took their positions. Lieutenant Han Soo-jin checked the weapon systems. All 800 plasma cannons were ready. The railguns were loaded and aimed. The antimatter torpedoes were armed and waiting. Course laid in, Captain, reported the navigator. Engineering. Reports all green, Yoon Jae-min called out. Dr. Kim was still reading her files on alien psychology. Captain, remember that most of these species have never seen real military technology. Their idea of a powerful warship is very different from ours. Do-hyun looked out at the stars. In a few days, humanity would meet the Hegemony Council's convoy. The aliens expected to see a small, peaceful ship crewed by weak humans who would follow orders and ask no questions. Instead, they would meet the indomitable spirit. Take us out, Do-hyun ordered. The massive warship turned toward the edge of the solar system. Its engines created a light show that could be seen from Mars. Space itself seemed to bend around the ship as it accelerated to faster-than-light speed. Behind them, Earth grew smaller. Ahead lay the unknown. The aliens thought they were testing humanity's strength. They had no idea that humanity was about to test theirs. The indomitable spirit disappeared into hyperspace, carrying with it the hopes and fears of an entire species. In the depths of space, the galaxy was about to learn what humans were really capable of. 3 days later, the indomitable spirit dropped out of hyperspace at the meeting point. Captain Lee Do-hyun watched the main screen as space around them filled with the diplomatic convoy. The alien ships were beautiful. They looked like giant crystals floating in space, all smooth curves and glowing lights. The largest was maybe 600 meters long. Next to the indomitable spirit, they looked like toys. My God, whispered Commander Choi Kyung-min. Are those their warships? Dr. Kim Ji-won was studying the sensor readings. The 3 smaller ships are Alkari escorts. They're supposed to be powerful fighters. The big one is a Velkari diplomatic vessel. Do-hyun stared at the screen. The big alien ship was smaller than his ship's main gun turret. Those are their military escorts? Captain, called Lieutenant Han Soo-jin from the weapons station. The alien ships are scanning us. Their sensors can't get a full reading. We're too big for their equipment. On the screen, Do-hyun could see the alien ships moving around nervously. They had expected to meet a human vessel, but nothing had prepared them for the indomitable spirit. The massive warship was so large that its gravity well was affecting the smaller ships. Sir, we're getting a transmission, the communications officer reported. Put it on screen. The main display showed the inside of the Velkari ship. A tall, thin alien with purple skin and 4 arms stood in what looked like a crystal garden. This was Ambassador Veltar, leader of the convoy. His large eyes were wide with shock. Human vessel, the alien said in accented English. We were expecting to meet your ship, but what is this thing? Do-hyun stepped forward. Ambassador Veltar, I am Captain Lee Do-hyun of the Earth warship Indomitable Spirit. We are here to escort your convoy as requested. Veltar's mouth fell open. Warship? This is a warship, but it's huge. How do you move something so large? The same way you move your ships, Ambassador, with engines. Behind Veltar, other aliens were, running around in panic. Do-hyun could hear them shouting in their own language. Dr. Kim had taught him a few Velkari words, and he understood that they were saying things like impossible and planet killer. Captain, Veltar said slowly, your ship is larger than our entire space station. Are you sure this is a military vessel and not some kind of mobile base? I'm sure, Ambassador. Another alien voice came over the radio. This one spoke with the harsh accent of the Alkari. Human ship, this is Captain Zephan of the escort vessel Swift Strike. Your ship is showing massive energy readings. Are your weapon systems active? Commander Kyung-min looked at his panel. Sir, we're running normal operations. Shields at standard power. Weapons on standby. To them, that probably looks like we're ready for war. Do-hyun sighed. The aliens didn't understand that what humans considered normal operations was beyond their most powerful military settings. Captain Zephan, our weapons are not active. We are running standard patrol configuration. There was a long pause. Then Zephan's voice came back, much quieter. Standard configuration? These are your normal power levels? Yes. Dr. Kim stepped up beside Do-hyun. Captain, may I speak to the ambassador? I think I can help explain. Do-hyun nodded, and Kim moved into view of the camera. Ambassador Veltar, I am Dr. Kim Ji-won, Cultural Liaison. I understand this might be surprising. Humans build ships differently than other species. Veltar was still staring at something. Off-screen, probably a readout of the indomitable spirit's size and power. Dr. Kim, your ship masses more than our 3 largest warships combined. Its energy output is off our charts. What exactly do humans need such a vessel for? Kim looked uncomfortable. How could she explain that humans had built the indomitable spirit to fight wars that the aliens couldn't even imagine? How could she tell them that this ship was just one of hundreds like it? Humans have different security needs, she said carefully. On the screen, another alien appeared next to Veltar. This one wore what looked like military armor and had scars across his face. Do-hyun guessed this was Admiral Thekmor, the hegemony's military leader. Human captain, Thekmor said, his voice cold. Is this some kind of threat? Are you trying to intimidate us? No, Admiral. We are here to help protect your convoy, as you requested. Protect us? Your ship could destroy our entire fleet, Commander Kyung-min muttered under his breath. Well, he's not wrong. Dr. Kim shot him a warning, look, then turned back to the screen. Admiral, humans don't use their ships to threaten peaceful aliens. We're here to help. Thekmor was studying something on his own screen. I'm reading your ship's dimensions. 15 kilometers long, 4 kilometers wide, thousands of weapon mounts, energy shields that could deflect asteroid impacts. What kind of enemies do humans fight that require such weapons? The bridge of the indomitable spirit fell silent. That was the question they had all been dreading. How could they explain humanity's violent history? How could they tell these peaceful aliens about the wars that had shaped human technology? Admiral, Do-hyun said finally, humans have learned that it's better to be strong and peaceful than weak and sorry. Veltar was talking quietly with his crew. Do-hyun could see other aliens running around in the background, probably trying to figure out what to do. Their simple escort mission had just become a first contact situation with a species far more militarily advanced than anything they had imagined. Captain Lee, Veltar said, we need to discuss this with our superiors. This changes things. I understand, Ambassador, but our orders are to escort your convoy, whether you want us to or not. That got everyone's attention. Thekmor's eyes narrowed. Are you saying you won't leave? I'm saying we have a job to do. The Hegemony Council requested our most advanced ship. This is it. Captain Zephan's voice came over the radio again. Human, vessel, we're detecting massive power buildups in your hull. Are you charging weapons? Kyung-min checked his board. Sir, Chief Engineer Yoon is running standard system checks. The fusion reactors are cycling through normal power tests. Captain Zephan, Do-hyun called. We are not charging weapons. We're just checking our systems. Just checking? The energy spikes we're seeing could power our entire fleet. Dr. Kim looked at her cultural files. Captain, I think we need to explain human technology more carefully. These species have never seen anything like our ships. Veltar was back on screen, but now he looked scared instead of just surprised. Captain Lee, I must ask directly, how many ships like yours do humans possess? Do-Yun looked at Dr. Kim, who shook her head slightly. They had agreed not to reveal the true size of the human fleet. Enough, Ambassador. Enough for what? Enough to do our job. The aliens went quiet. Do-Hyun could see them whispering among themselves, probably trying to figure out whether humans were friends or enemies. Finally, Veltar spoke again. Very well, Captain. We will proceed with the mission. But I must warn you, the galaxy will hear about this ship. The Hegemony Council will want answers. We'll answer their questions when we complete the mission, Do-Hyun replied. As the convoy formed up around the indomitable spirit, Do-Hyun wondered if they had made a mistake. The aliens were clearly terrified of their ship, but orders were orders, and humanity needed to show that it could not be pushed around. The convoy began moving toward the Nexus sector, where pirates and danger waited. Behind them, the alien ships sent emergency messages to their governments, warning that humanity was far more powerful than anyone had imagined. The galaxy was about to change, and the indomitable spirit was leading the way. 2 days into their journey, the convoy entered the Nexus sector. Captain Lee Do-Yun watched the sensor displays as his ship moved through the dangerous region of space. This area was known throughout the galaxy as a place where merchants disappeared, and pirates ruled. Captain, called Lieutenant Han Soo-jin from the sensor station, I'm picking up multiple contacts. Long range shows over 200 ships moving in formation. Commander Choi Kyung-min grinned as he looked at his tactical display. Looks like the Kragnor marauders want to play. They must have detected the convoy. Dr. Kim Ji-won looked worried as she studied the alien communication frequencies. The convoy is panicking. They're asking us what to do. On the main screen, Ambassador Veltar appeared. His purple face was pale with fear. Captain Lee, we're detecting a massive pirate fleet approaching, over 200 ships. We must surrender before they destroy us all. Do-Hyun frowned. Surrender? Why would we surrender? Because they outnumber us. The Kragnor marauders are the most feared pirates in the galaxy. They've been terrorizing merchant ships for decades. No one has ever been able to stop them. Captain Zephon's voice came over the radio from his escort ship. Human vessel, we cannot fight so many enemies. Our weapons are not designed for fleet combat. We must give them whatever they want. Do-Yun looked around his bridge. His crew was staring at him with expressions of disbelief. The aliens wanted to surrender to a bunch of pirates without even trying to fight. Ambassador, Do-Yun said. Calmly, humans don't surrender to pirates. But Captain, you don't understand. The Kragnor use swarm tactics. They surround their targets and attack from all sides. Even if your ship is powerful, you cannot fight in every direction at once. Commander Kyung-min was studying the sensor readings. Sir, the pirates are using old freighters with weapons bolted on. Their biggest ship is maybe 400 meters long. Most are much smaller. Energy readings? Do-Yun asked. Weak fusion reactors, basic laser weapons, simple chemical missiles. Sir, our point defense systems could handle this entire fleet. Dr. Kim moved closer to Do-Hyun. Captain, we need to be careful. If we show too much power, the aliens will be even more afraid of us than they already are. Do-Hyun nodded, but he was also thinking about his duty. The convoy was under his protection. More importantly, the pirates had been terrorizing innocent people for years. Maybe it was time someone taught them a lesson. On the screen, Admiral Thekmor appeared next to Veltar. The military leader looked grim. Captain Lee, I've fought the Kragnor before. They don't take prisoners. If we resist, they'll kill everyone on these ships. Admiral, how many ships have you lost to these pirates? hundreds over the years. But what choice do we have? There are too many and too fast. Chief Engineer Yoon Jaemin reported from his station. Captain, all systems are green. Reactors at standard power, shields holding steady. The pirates' weapons can't even scratch our hull. The pirate fleet was getting closer. Do-Yun could see them on the tactical display, spreading out to surround the convoy. They moved like a pack of hunting animals, confident in their numbers. "Sir," Han Soo-jin called out, "the pirates are transmitting a message. Put it on screen." The main display changed to show the bridge of a rough-looking ship. A huge alien, with gray skin and metal teeth, sat in a chair made from scrap metal. This was War Chief Brutok, leader of the Kragnor Marauders. His red eyes gleamed with greed as he stared at the convoy. Well, Brutok growled in broken galactic standard. "What do we have here? Pretty little diplomat ships full of treasure, I bet. And what's that big ugly thing? Some kind of cargo hauler?" Do-Yun stepped into view of the camera. "This is Captain Lee Do-Yun of the Earth vessel Indomitable Spirit. You will not attack this convoy." Brutok threw back his head and laughed. "A human? I heard you monkey people just joined the galaxy. Let me teach you how things work out here. Human. You give us everything valuable on those ships and maybe we let you live." "I have a better idea," Do-Yun said. "You turn around and leave and I don't turn your fleet into scrap metal." The pirate leader's laughter died. His eyes narrowed as he studied Do-Hyun's face. Big words from someone in a cargo ship. "Boys, target the human vessel first. I want to see what's inside that ugly box." The transmission ended. On the tactical display, the pirate ships began moving into attack position. They were forming the classic Kragnor attack pattern, surrounding their target from all sides. Ambassador Veltar was nearly screaming, "Captain, they're going to attack! We have to surrender!" "No," Do-Yun said firmly. "Dr. Kim, please get the aliens off this channel. I don't want them to see what happens next." "Captain," Dr. Kim said quietly, "remember what we discussed. Minimal force only." Do-Hyun nodded. "Commander Kyungmin, what's the minimum we need to stop this fleet?" Kyungmin was studying his weapons display. "Sir, I could handle this with just the point defense systems. The pirates are using such old technology that our defensive weapons are more powerful than their main guns. Do it. Point defense only. Disable their engines but don't destroy the ships. These are still living beings." "Understood, sir." On the convoy channel, Captain Zephon was pleading. "Human ship, please. Don't fight them. They'll destroy us all." The pirate fleet was almost in position. Over 200 ships, ranging from small fighters to medium cruisers, all surrounding the convoy like hungry sharks. For decades, this tactic had never failed. No single ship could fight in every direction at once, but the Kragnor had never met a human Titan-class warship. "Sir," Han Soo-jin reported, "the pirates are powering weapons. They're about to attack." War Chief Brutok's voice came over the radio. "Last chance, humans! Surrender or die!" Do-Yun looked around his bridge. His crew was ready. The aliens were terrified. The pirates were confident. In a few moments, everything would change. "Commander Kyungmin," Do-Yun said calmly, "you may fire when ready." Kyungmin's finger hovered over the firing control. "Engaging point defense systems. All guns, pick your targets. Disable only. Repeat, disable only." The Indomitable Spirit had been designed to fight entire fleets. Its point defense network consisted of hundreds of rapid-fire laser cannons and railguns meant to shoot down missiles and fighters attacking the main ship. Each gun was controlled by advanced targeting computers that could track thousands of objects at once. Against the primitive pirate ships, they would be devastatingly effective. "Firing," Kyungmin announced. Space around the Indomitable Spirit lit up with laser fire. The battle lasted exactly 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Captain Lee Do-Yun watched in silence as the Indomitable Spirit's point defense systems engaged the Kragnor fleet. Hundreds of laser beams shot out from the human warship, each one finding its target with perfect accuracy. The ship's computers tracked every enemy vessel at once, calculating exactly where to hit them. The pirates had expected a normal space battle. Ships trading fire, explosions, death, and destruction. Instead, they found themselves facing something they had never seen before: surgical precision on a massive scale. Commander Choi Kyung-min called out targets as they were disabled. Engine room hit on Pirate Vessel 1, weapon systems destroyed. On Vessel 2. Main reactor offline on Vessel 3. Lieutenant Han Soo-jin was reading the damage reports. "Sir, the point defense lasers are cutting through their armor like paper. Their shields can't stop our weapons." On the main screen, Do-hyun could see the pirate ships trying to return fire. Their weapons lit up space with colorful energy beams and missile trails, but every shot bounced harmlessly off the indomitable spirit's shields. The human ship didn't even slow down. War Chief Brutak's voice came over the radio, no longer confident. "What is this? What kind of weapons are these? My ships can't move." One by one, the pirate vessels went dark. Their engines stopped working. Their weapons fell silent. The indomitable spirit had precisely targeted their power systems, leaving the ships helpless, but the crews alive. Dr. Kim Ji-won was monitoring the alien communication channels. "Captain, the convoy is completely silent. I think they're in shock." The largest pirate ship, Brutak's flagship, was still trying to fight. The war chief had turned his vessel toward the indomitable spirit and was firing everything he had. Plasma cannons, missile launchers, even an old mining laser, all of it striking the human ship's shields and doing absolutely nothing. "Sir," Chief Engineer Yoon Jae-min reported from engineering, "the pirates' weapons are barely registering on our shield grid. It's like being hit by raindrops." Brutak's ship suddenly accelerated, heading straight for the indomitable spirit. The pirate leader had decided to ram the human vessel, hoping to damage it with his ship's mass. "He's trying to ram us," Kyung-min observed. "Should I destroy him?" "No," Do-hyun said. "Let him try." The pirate flagship struck the indomitable spirits. Forward shields at full speed. The impact created a bright flash of light as the shields absorbed the kinetic energy. Brutak's ship bounced off like a ball hitting a wall, spinning away into space with its hull cracked and smoking. "Damage report," Do-hyun called. "No damage, sir," Yoon replied. "Shield strength dropped to 99.8%. Already recharging." The last few pirate ships had stopped fighting. Their crews were sending surrender messages, begging the humans not to destroy them. Across the battlefield, over 200 vessels drifted helplessly in space. "Sir," Han Soo-jin said, "all enemy vessels disabled. No pirate casualties reported. They're all alive but stranded." Do-hyun nodded. "Good. Open a channel to War Chief Brutak." The main screen showed the pirate leader's ship. The bridge was a mess of sparking electronics and broken equipment. Brutak himself was bleeding from a cut on his forehead, staring at the camera with wide, frightened eyes. "Human," Brutak whispered. "What are you?" "I'm someone who doesn't like bullies," Do-hyun replied. "You've been terrorizing innocent people for too long. Your weapons. How did you disable my entire fleet so quickly? And your shields. My ship should have cracked your hull. Your ship weighs maybe 50,000 tons. My ship weighs 50 million tons. Did you really think ramming would work?" Brutak's mouth fell open. 50 million tons? That's impossible. No one builds ships that big." "Humans do." Commander Kyung-min was checking his tactical display. "Sir, we used less than 0.1% of our total firepower. The main gun batteries weren't even activated." Dr. Kim shot him a warning look, but it was too late. The communication channel was open, and everyone could hear what he had said. 0.1%? Brutak's voice was barely a whisper. "You defeated my entire fleet with 0.1% of your power?" Do-hyun decided there was no point in hiding the truth anymore. "War Chief, if I had used our main weapons, this entire sector would be an expanding cloud of plasma. We chose not to kill you. Don't make us regret that choice." On the convoy channel, Ambassador Veltar finally found his voice. "Captain Lee, what just happened? How did you defeat them so easily? Simple, Ambassador. We asked them nicely to stop, and when they refused, we made them stop. Captain Zephan from the escort vessel sounded stunned. But there were over 200 ships. They surrounded you. How could one vessel fight in every direction at once? Practice, Kyung-min muttered. Dr. Kim stepped into view of the camera. Ambassador, humans have fought many battles throughout our history. We learned to build ships that could handle any situation. Admiral Thekmor appeared on screen next to Veltar. The military leader's scarred face was pale with shock. Captain Lee, I've studied warfare for 50 years. What you just did is impossible. No single ship can defeat an entire fleet that quickly. You're right, Admiral. No single alien ship could do what we just did. But this isn't an alien ship. Thekmor was studying something off-screen, probably sensor readings from the battle. Your point defense systems are more powerful than our main battle cannons. Your shields absorbed impacts that would destroy our largest warships. What kind of enemies do humans face that require such defenses? The bridge fell silent. That was the question everyone wanted answered, but Do-Yun wasn't sure how to explain human history to species that had known peace for centuries. Admiral, he said finally, humans face other humans. That statement hung in the air like a bomb. The aliens stared at their screens, trying to understand what it meant. They lived in a galaxy where different species might disagree, but they rarely fought wars. The idea that humans regularly battled each other with such advanced weapons was terrifying. Sir, Yoon called from engineering, I'm detecting distress signals from the pirate ships. Their life support systems are failing. Do-Hyun made a decision. Launch rescue shuttles. Send medical teams to help with repairs. We're not going to let them die out here. Captain, Veltar said, you're going to help the pirates after they attacked us? They're still living beings, Ambassador. Humans don't leave people to die in space, even our enemies. As rescue shuttles launched from the indomitable Spirit, the aliens watched in amazement. The humans had just demonstrated overwhelming military power, then immediately switched to humanitarian rescue operations. War Chief Brutok's voice came over the radio one more time. Human Captain, why are you helping us? Because it's the right thing to do, Do-Yun replied. The pirate leader was quiet for a long moment. I have terrorized this sector for 20 years. No one has ever been able to stop me, and now, you defeat my entire fleet in minutes, then send help when we're dying. I don't understand your species. You don't have to understand us, Do-Yun said. You just have to remember this day. The next time you think about attacking innocent ships, remember what happened here. As the indomitable Spirit continued its mission, the galaxy would indeed remember this day. News of the battle was already spreading, carried by the pirates' emergency beacons and the convoy's own communications. The age of human dominance had begun. The news spread across the galaxy faster than light itself. Within hours of the battle, every major government knew what had happened in the Nexus sector. A single human warship had defeated the Kragnor marauders, using only its defensive weapons. The pirate fleet that had terrorized the galaxy for decades was now drifting helplessly in space, saved from death only by human mercy. Captain Lee Do-Hyun sat in his ready room aboard the indomitable Spirit, reading message after message from Fleet Command. Admiral Park Min-hyuk's face filled the screen, and the older man looked both proud and worried. Captain, you've caused quite a stir, Admiral Park said. Half the galaxy is demanding answers about human military capabilities. The other half is begging us to become their protectors. What are our orders, sir? Complete your mission and return to Earth. And Do-Yun, be careful what you say to the aliens. The politicians are still deciding how much we should reveal. The transmission ended, leaving Do-Yun alone with his thoughts. Through his window, he could see the alien convoy traveling alongside his ship. The beautiful crystal vessels looked even smaller now that their crews knew what the indomitable Spirit could do. Dr. Kim Ji-won entered the ready room, carrying a datapad filled with alien communications. Captain, I've been monitoring the diplomatic channels. The Hegemony Council has called an emergency session. They want to discuss the human situation. Are we a situation now? We're more than that. We're a complete revolution in galactic politics. Kim sat down across from him. For 1,000 years, the Velkari have been the strongest military power in this region. Now they know that one human ship could destroy their entire fleet. Do-hyun rubbed his tired eyes. That wasn't our intention. I know, but intentions don't matter now. The galaxy has seen what we can do, and everything has changed. On the bridge, Commander Choi Kyung-min was dealing with a different problem. The alien ships kept sending requests to scan the indomitable spirit, trying to understand its technology. Each request was politely denied, but the aliens weren't giving up. Sir, Lieutenant Han Soo-jin reported, Ambassador Veltar is requesting another meeting. He says it's urgent. Do-hyun returned to the bridge and opened a channel to the Velkari ship. Veltar appeared on screen, but he wasn't alone. Behind him stood other aliens that Do-hyun didn't recognize, representatives from different species throughout the galaxy. Captain Lee, Veltar began, I must ask you directly, how many ships like yours do humans possess? The question that everyone wanted answered. Do-hyun looked at Dr. Kim, who shook her head slightly. They still weren't supposed to reveal the true size of the human fleet. Enough to protect our interests, Ambassador. But specifically, how many? 10? 20? Do-hyun was quiet for a moment. Then he made a decision that would change galactic history. Ambassador, the indomitable spirit is not our most powerful warship. It's not even close. The aliens on screen went completely silent. Veltar's purple face grew even paler. Not your most powerful, but it defeated an entire fleet. Using defensive weapons only, Commander Kyung-min added helpfully. One of the other aliens stepped forward. This was High Counselor Vesani, leader of the Galactic Federation. Her species, the Zephyrians, were known for their wisdom and diplomacy. Captain Lee, we need to understand what humanity brings to the galaxy. Are you conquerors? Are you here to dominate other species? No, Counselor. Humans want peace. But we've learned that peace must be protected by strength. And how much strength do you possess? Do-hyun looked around his bridge. His crew was watching him, waiting to see what he would say. The decision he made now would affect humanity's place in the galaxy for generations to come. Counselor, humans have over 500 ships larger than the indomitable spirit. We have thousands of smaller warships. We have weapons that can crack planets and shields that can stop stars. We built all of this because we had to, because our history taught us that only the strong can protect the weak. The silence that followed was so complete that Do-hyun could hear the hum of his ship's engines. Finally, High Counselor Vesani spoke. 500 ships larger than this one? Captain, your single vessel has more firepower than most entire species possess. If you have 500 more, we could conquer the galaxy in a month, Admiral Techmore whispered from somewhere off-screen. But we won't, Do-hyun said firmly. Humans don't want to rule over other species. We want to work with them. We want to build something better together. Veltar was shaking his head in disbelief. Captain, do you understand what you're telling us? With that kind of military power, humanity could make demands of every government in the galaxy. You could force us to do whatever you wanted. Yes, we could. But we won't. Why not? Dr. Kim stepped into view of the camera. Because that's not who we are. Humans have fought many wars, but we've also learned that conquest brings only temporary victory. Real peace comes from cooperation, not domination. High Counselor Vesani was studying something off-screen, probably military assessments of human capabilities. Captain Lee, I believe you are sincere, but your species possesses the power to reshape the galaxy. How can we trust that future human leaders will be as peaceful as you claim to be? It was a fair question. Do-hyun had no good answer for it. How could he promise that humanity would always use its power wisely? Counselor, I can't speak for future generations, but I can tell you what humans believe. With great power comes great responsibility. We know what our ships can do. That's exactly why we're careful about how we use them. The conversation continued for another hour. The aliens asked technical questions about human weapons, political questions about human intentions, and philosophical questions about the nature of power. Do-hyun answered as honestly as he could, but he could see the fear in their eyes. Finally, the meeting ended. The alien ships continued traveling alongside the indomitable spirit, but everything had changed. The humans were no longer just another new species joining the galaxy. They were the new dominant power, whether they wanted to be or not. 3 days later, the convoy reached its destination safely. The diplomatic mission was complete, but its real purpose, testing human capabilities, had revealed far more than anyone expected. As the alien ships prepared to leave, High Counselor Vesani sent one final message. Captain Lee, the Galactic Federation would like to offer humanity a permanent seat on the Security Council. We believe it would be wise to have human input on matters of galactic peace. Do-hyun smiled. We would be honored, Counselor. After the aliens departed, the indomitable spirit began its journey back to Earth. The crew was quiet, understanding that they had just participated in a historic moment. Captain, Dr. Kim said, I've been monitoring galactic communications. Every major government is reviewing their military policies. Some species are trying to build stronger weapons. Others are proposing closer ties with humanity. And the pirates? Word is spreading through the criminal networks. Most pirate gangs are avoiding human shipping routes. War Chief Brutok has reportedly retired from piracy and become a traitor. Commander, Kyungmin looked up from his tactical station. Sir, I'm getting a message from Fleet Command. Admiral Song Tae-hwan wants to speak with you personally. The main screen showed Earth's most senior military officer. Admiral Song was an old woman with gray hair and sharp eyes that had seen too many battles. Captain Lee, congratulations on a successful mission. You've done more for human security in 1 week than most people do in a lifetime. Thank you, sir. You should also know that President Kim Min-ji has asked me to give you new orders. Humanity has been invited to become the galaxy's peacekeeping force. Every major government wants human ships protecting their borders. Do-hyun wasn't surprised. Once the galaxy knew about human military power, it was inevitable that they would want to use it. What are our orders, Admiral? For now, return to Earth. But start preparing your crew for extended missions. The indomitable spirit is about to become very busy. As the transmission ended, Do-hyun looked out at the stars. Humanity had joined the galaxy hoping to find peace among the stars. Instead, they had become the guardians of that peace, protectors of species that could never protect themselves. It wasn't what they had planned, but perhaps it was what the galaxy needed. In the depths of space, construction yards around Earth were already building new ships, vessels even larger and more powerful than the indomitable spirit. The galaxy had seen what humans could do with their current technology. They had no idea what was coming next. The age of human dominance had begun, and the stars themselves seemed to shine brighter, knowing that peace would be protected by those who understood the true cost of war.